What's up, everybody? How is everybody doing? I know you guys are muted. You can take yourself off mute and say hi if you want. What's up, guys?
Hi, everyone.
Hi. Super excited for everyone to be on here. We'll wait a minute or so. Just turned 8 o'clock right now, so we'll wait a minute to see if we have any stragglers. But this is super exciting. I'm really excited to be helping all of you and answering maybe some questions, some challenges. We'll get a whole hour to go through everything. Ooh, who's this picture on the bottom in like a gymnastics? Latrice. Very cool. I got a bunch of questions already submitted, but if you have any questions at the end, feel free to ask. There's no rules here. Everyone having a good week so far? Yes, no. Yes. All good. I know you don't want to like interrupt, right?
Right, you're doing so good.
Awesome. Where's everybody from? Let's start there. Where's everybody from?
Hi, this is Latrice. I'm from, I live in Jacksonville Beach, Florida.
Oh, cool. A couple hours away. Are those gymnastics leotards going on? What's going on there?
Those are competitive all-star cheerleading uniforms.
Cheerleading. All right. I coach competitive gymnastics for about 15 years. So I get excited when I see stuff like that.
Yeah, that's my obstacle of my plan, because we have a competition this weekend in Atlanta. So I'll be carrying my apple and trying to stay on track, Adam.
There you go. I'll be somewhere in your head chirping away, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Where's everybody else from?
Hello, hi. I'm Monty, and I'm from Elgin, Illinois.
All right, Monty, you just joined a little while ago, right? Not too long ago.
2 days ago, or 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah, I remember that name. Awesome. Well, welcome.
Hello. I'm trying to figure out what to do here. So
you're in the right place. You're in the right place. Look at all this support here. This is what it's all about.
Yes.
Cool. Anybody else want to share?
I'm from Southampton, New York.
Okay. Very cool. My wife is from the city. Yeah.
I'm from Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. So I went to school there for a little bit. I went to culinary school at
Johnson Wales.
Johnson Wales, yes.
Yeah.
It was too cold up there. I went there for like a semester and I was like, nah, it's too cold.
I'd love to be where you are.
It's pretty nice. We're actually, I'm working with my team, being that the weather is so nice here. We're going to be putting together a pretty nice retreat here towards the end, closer to summertime. So we're looking forward to putting that together in the next couple of months. So we'll let you guys know about that once that all happens.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to switch over to my computer. So I'm going to log off and switch over to my computer.
Okay.
All right. I'll be back.
Anyone else?
It's Sandra, but I don't know if you can see me.
I don't think so.
I don't know what. I'm from Merritt, British Columbia in Canada.
Oh, cool. Very cool. We have a lot of people from Canada on the program. Canada, UK. We actually have a lot of South Africa. It's like the third highest or fourth highest, which is pretty interesting.
I'm from Colorado.
Who's me?
Susan.
Susan, I see you up there, Susan, Colorado.
Yeah.
I will be there in less than a month.
Oh, fun. For what? Skiing?
Of course, yes.
Yes.
Taking the entire family this time. Usually I take off for a week by myself, but this time I'm taking the whole family. They don't like me doing that anymore.
Are you going to Vail?
Yes.
See, my psychic or what?
Cool. All right. Anybody else want to share? If not,
I live in Dallas.
Dallas. Awesome. I've never been to Dallas. but I've been to Houston, San Antonio, and Austin is one of my favorite places on the planet. I love Austin. I'm sorry. I just
I've
like.
never been to Austin, so
Oh, it's such a cool town. It's like a little hipster town. It's so much fun.
yeah. Well, I moved
Good.
here from California 4 years ago, so I'm
Good timing.
still fairly new. Yes, for sure.
Let me move this light a little bit. I feel like I'm like in the dark. I don't know if that's good. That's a little better. All right. So welcome everybody. This is super exciting. I have your questions here in front of me. Those of you that submitted questions, and don't worry if you did not and you were lazy. No, just kidding. You can ask at any time at the end or whatever. We're gonna have questions all throughout this. No worries. Okay, I'm here to help you every step of the way. And we have people from all over, as we just talked about, and people from all different stages, right? Monty, you started a couple days ago. We have people in here from a couple weeks ago or a month ago. So it's all over, and don't worry, we're gonna help everybody kind of straighten everything out, maybe get some confidence that we're doing the right thing, all that kind of stuff. All right. Those you maybe a lot of people joined from social media, you heard from a friend or whatnot, and don't really maybe know much about me. So I'm gonna take a few minutes and tell you a little bit about my background, if you don't mind. I'm sure if you didn't kind of do any of your own research, you don't know much about me. You just know that this program is cool and it's working for a lot of people and you wanted to see what was up, right? So, all right. So like I mentioned before, I went to culinary school. I went to Johnson & Wales, a little bit in Rhode Island, but mostly here in Miami. And so I started really kind of right out of the gate from culinary school, working for a lot of high-end clientele. You name it, I've probably worked for them. I kind of just got lucky. My first job was at the Mandarin Oriental, which for those of you who don't know is like a very prestigious 5-star, 5-diamond hotel. I just kind of got lucky in that sense. In school, they want everyone to intern, and I was like, kind of like, no, I don't want to intern, but if you want to hire me, like, I'll do that. And so they hired me on, and I kind of went up the ranks there a little bit. And shortly after, I started doing a lot of private chef work, and these were very high-profile people. Those of you that know people like P. Diddy, yes, Puff Daddy, maybe he goes by now. I don't know. I worked for him for a couple years. I worked for Vanessa Williams. You name it, I've probably worked for them in some capacity. Maybe it was for a short period of time. Maybe I did some catering jobs for them. Tony Robbins, I worked for a lot of pro athletes. I still do that a little bit. I still do some stuff for some very high level ball players and football players and baseball players. And really now they hire me to get them healthy, especially when it's off season. I've really transitioned that culinary side to health coaching side. And the way I went about that was going back, 15 years now. I started cooking for people, and these high profile individuals wanted me to cook healthy for them. And I was like, I know healthy for myself. But in school, we were taught fats and sauces and Italian cuisine and French cuisine and that kind of stuff. And I didn't really know like healthy cooking per se when I was doing it for somebody else. And so I was like, you know what? I got to go back to school. And so I went back to school and got certified in health and nutrition, and just thought it was an amazing combination of knowing food for so many years and then combining the health and wellness aspect to it. And I was always into health and wellness. I kind of got into it as a young age. I was born with over 400 cholesterol. And for those of you that know anything about cholesterol, about 120 is normal. And I was born with over 400, and I was monitored through every hospital. They wanted to know what was going on, why was this the case, and they put me on every single diet under the sun. At that age, you can't go on medication. You can't go on medication at an infant or a toddler. And so I was just put on very strict diets at a very young age. And so I kind of started dabbling in health from 3, 4, 5, 6. up until I was 16, and the doctor said, you know what, you're on your own. We don't know what's going on. We think you're good though. So I had my share of health when it came to my own experiences. So again, just my culinary side, me dealing with my own side. And then at about 17, my grandmother passed away. And she was like the love of my life. She was my mom. She was everything. And I really didn't like how, she kind of like dwindled away. And I know I'm kind of putting everyone on a little downer, but this is important to the story. Doctors just kind of put her on medications, right? She had Parkinson's. And so they put her on some medications and then more medications to deal with that medication. And when she passed, she was on over 16 medications. And so I just thought like that was no way to live, and especially the last years of your life. And no doctor ever prescribed food. No doctor ever talked about health. No doctor ever talked about nutrition. And I just thought it was a very sad state of our country, of doctors these days, that no one dealt with it from a food perspective. It was just pill after pill after medication after medication. And so really, even before I got into culinary and health coaching, I knew that I would be doing something with it from a younger age. So I've been health coaching now for 11 years, and I was only doing one-on-one. So I have a one-on-one program that I still do. So I still take on clients one-on-one. And then through COVID, I had a group session. I was doing kind of small group sessions, but they were still kind of higher priced. And literally, I think I've said the story for those of you that have found me on TikTok and whatnot. I've told this story before. I was flying back from Greece with my wife, and I don't know what else to call it. It was literally like a Jerry Maguire moment. And my wife and I were talking, of course, and I said, I just want to help so many people. And this country is over 70% obese, or the planet is really 70% obese. And we need to change something. So I said, I'm going to take my same program and I'm going to put it at a price that is affordable for everybody. And my wife literally turned to me and said, "You're fucking out of your mind." Excuse my French. That's what she said. She said, "You've put so much time and effort into your program. There's so much value there. Like, don't do this." And I was like, "Look, I get it. I know. I'm going to do it for a month." And we had such a response after the first month. That was September 1st. And so now we have over 800 members in our program. And it's been absolutely amazing. And everybody who is following the program has done incredible. We have people losing 40, 50, 60, 70 pounds in just a couple months. And not just the weight loss. My program has never been about weight loss, by the way. So I've been in practice for 11 years. I've only had a scale in my office for the past 3 years. And the only reason I have that scale is because one of my health coaches that I hired over the years bought a scale. I was never into the weight. I was never into the number. I was about having people feel good, look good, fit into those clothes they used to, that kind of thing. But obviously a number is cool. A number helps. We want to see that number go down. And so we've now incorporated that number into like getting excited over that number. And I get it. But for the longest time, I never even had a scale. So again, it's been amazing. It's been awesome. I love what I do. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Those of you that follow me on Instagram, I post the time that I get up. I'm like going for a run. It's 4 a.m. I check my emails. I'm responding to everybody. I have a team of people, but it's really me that you're talking to 99% of the time. They're doing some administrative work and stuff like that, but it's me doing everything behind the scenes for the most part. They're doing like website stuff and stuff like that. So if you ever email me, you're usually talking to me. So that's my story and I'm sticking to it. So if you guys don't have any questions, I'll get to the question. You have any questions for me maybe before we get started? Any questions about my story? No?
Sure, I have a question. Hi. Did you ever struggle with obesity?
Yeah, so I get this question a lot. I was kind of that typical person. So I was married prior. I have 6 kids, by the way. I was we have a house full. My dog, if you ever follow me on social media, my dog's name is Seven. He's a 7th child. So you can follow him. His name is Seven the Stud on Instagram. Yes, we have an Instagram for him. So my biggest hurdle was I got married. I got married young, and I was married for 11 years. I had 3 children with my ex-wife, and I was kind of in that situation where you get married, you get comfortable, you start eating a little more, you have your kids, you start making yourself less of a priority, right? Things like that. So the most I probably gained was about 35 pounds. And for me, that was the most I gained. I was heavy. And that's really when I started taking on the intermittent fasting. So I've been doing intermittent fasting for 20 years, something like that. And been coaching it for the last 7. But great question. I get that question all the time. Any other questions?
I guess one more, diabetes. Have you, did you have type 2, or were you told that you were close to having to get on medication for type 2?
No, but over the years, I have had so many clients with both type 1 and type 2, and it's been an amazing journey with that, because it was not something that I ever thought of getting into, but I've had so many conversations and phone calls, and believe it or not, I was just interviewed for a diabetes podcast because of the success that my clients are having with type 1 and mainly type 2 diabetes. Funny enough, this is really funny. I did the interview with them, and they called me the next day, and they were so blown away that they want to have me back for another interview on this podcast. I don't remember the name of the podcast, but I know it's a pretty big diabetes or concentrated on diabetes podcast. I've had calls from doctors of my clients that say, I don't know what you're doing, but my clients have never, blood sugar levels and insulin levels have never been better. So please tell me what you're doing, because we've been working together for 6-7 years and we can't get it to do that. So it's been really amazing. If you are diabetic, the Nursey app can actually track, you can put in your glucose levels. So I have a client, and I don't want to bore everybody else with this, but I can show you, let me see here. I'd have to find her on here, but she posts her glucose levels, and you can see it is perfect. It is unbelievable. So it's pretty. Do you have type 2, I'm assuming?
I don't. Well, I will if I don't get the weight off. Yeah, the doctor just said, and it runs in the family, so it's weird. My dad got it late in life. I guess my Mexican great grandma died of it. But anyway, yeah, the doctor was like, if you don't lose weight, if you don't get your numbers down, you're going to be taking metformin, and then after that, probably insulin. So
after that, you're done. There's no going back.
Exactly. So yeah.
I found her, but it's not coming up. I wanted to show you, she can track her glucose levels, and they're perfect. They're perfect. And this has happened with a lot of my clients. So you're in the right place. You're in good hands. Stick with this, and you're going to see how amazing your levels are going to be, or not even close to being diabetic anymore. Any more questions before I tackle these, or questions for me? We can do that at the end too. All right, we're gonna get going here. All right, sometimes I have a hard time finding a quick protein to add to my meals, salads and stuff. Do you have an approved list of quick and easy portable proteins? Good question. Depends, are you vegetarian or vegan? I am not sure, but proteins, believe it or not, Broccoli has more
That's
protein
my
than
question.
Okay.
And I'm not vegan
Okay.
or, yeah, I just struggle.
Got it. Eggs are an amazing protein. Edamame, an amazing protein. Any beans are an amazing protein. Chickpeas, amazing protein. Tofu, if you do that route. I'm just going off some vegetarian ones actually. But things, believe it or not, vegetables have a lot of protein in them. Broccoli, for
Okay.
example, that I was mentioning, has more protein per pound than chicken. Now, obviously, you'd have to have a lot of broccoli, but it still has protein in it. So don't think that because you're not maybe getting a lot of animal protein, that you're not getting protein. You're probably getting enough. And with that said, this is like, I think, a fear factor with a lot of people that, oh, I need to get enough protein. You don't need as much protein as you think you do. Okay. This is like something that trainers have put into everybody's head, or I don't know where it came from, but you're getting plenty of protein. Unless you're training for something, unless you're working out an excessive amount of hours, no one works out more than I do, and I probably get less protein than everybody.
So if I just add like 2 hard-boiled eggs to a salad,
Oh my gosh,
that's
you're
good?
great. You're
Okay.
great. Yes. I've not started to exercise yet. With intermittent fasting, I've lost 12 pounds. Awesome. I don't know who this is because I'm just reading questions. Do I have to exercise? Do I try to do 10,000 steps per day? What would approach advice be? Okay, so depending on where you are listen, exercise is good for everybody. The reason I don't want people exercising in the first 4 to 6 weeks is because it's like laying the cement for your house and then going to walk on it. Like, you don't want to do that. Like, let the cement dry, start understanding the nutrition side, start understanding the timing side, stuff like that. And then when you feel confident enough that, hey, I got this pretty good, I got this dialed in, when you add exercise, it's just like a bonus. You're gonna be burning a little more calories. So it's just, you're gonna start losing more weight. So was there a second part to that question? And 12 pounds lost, that's incredible. I don't know who that is, but that's awesome.
It's good.
Yeah, very, very cool. Oh, if you are traveling, this is a big question all the time. If you're traveling to attend events where you cannot bring your own food and the options are not the best choices, is it better to eat the food knowing they're not aligned with your goals, or skip the meal altogether?
That's
Awesome.
my question, Adam.
Where are you?
Latrice.
Oh,
at Jackson
Latrice,
Beach.
okay.
Yeah, because I'm traveling a lot for cheer competitions, and they don't let you bring in your own food, and the concession stands are horrible.
Damn kids, I know. I used to do it all the time. I know how it goes. Yeah, I know they don't let you bring your own food because they want you buying the crap at the concession stand. It is never better to skip a meal, unfortunately. I know there's some bad choices at the concession stand. Really just kind of do your best. My suggestion, if it was me, I would sneak in a snack. And then usually after the competitions, people like the team goes out to dinner or does whatever, or you go back to the hotel, whatever it may be, and you can maybe have a better option then. But try and maybe bring in a snack, whether it's a bar, maybe an apple or something.
I'm bringing an apple. Yeah, I'm going to try to smuggle an apple in for each day of the competition. I don't think they'll be too bad. Like I said, I made use a line, like I have to have something in my system that's not, non-fruit.
Yeah.
I'll try to, appeal to them for at least a snack. So thank you. I was actually going to skip and then eat later, but knowing that it's not good to skip, I appreciate that. So I'll know not to do that.
Yeah, what skipping does is skipping kind of slows down that metabolism. Your body kind of may go into like I call it like a safe mode. When you're not boosting your metabolism, when you're not getting enough food maybe through the day, your body will be like, hold on, we're not going to let any fat go because we don't know where that meal is coming from.
Okay.
So think about it that way.
That makes sense.
If you are traveling, got that one. Are there a certain number of carbs we want to stay under in the eating plan? No. Obviously, if you guys saw the plate, and I have a plate somewhere, maybe. No. If you guys saw the plate, it's about a quarter of your plate. If you just stick with that, you're good to go. The reason we don't count carbs, count calories, anything like that, is because you can't do that everywhere. This is a lifestyle. This is a program that you can do wherever you are. That's really was the main focus and design of the approach. And I took 2 years. I want everyone to understand this. I took 2 years to develop this program, literally back and forth and trying to understand. I studied 100 diets. It was like, none of them worked. None of them were sustainable. I couldn't go out. I couldn't do this. I couldn't drink. Not that I'm an alcoholic, but I couldn't do a lot of things. And with this program, I really designed it so you were able to do it anywhere, anytime, and not feel restricted, and not having to count things, not having to put things in an app to do calculations for you. So as far as carbohydrates, I would focus more on the quality of the carbohydrates rather than the amount of carbohydrates, okay? And then obviously that carbohydrate is mainly for lunch. When you're doing dinner, it's just the vegetable. And with that said, if you're doing things right, those of you that have been in the program a few weeks already, if you're doing things right, you might get to that dinner time and be like, man, I'm not that hungry. What's going on here? Yes, shaking your head. Yeah, that is all by design, okay? That means your body is working perfectly. I love hearing that. Your body is just, you're doing things the right way. Just understand that, okay? So if you get that feeling, it's perfect, okay? You list coconut yogurt in approved snacks. It has 15 grams of sugar. Is that like 4 teaspoons? Yes. Wowzer, seems like a lot. Yeah, so almost all the snacks have about the same amount of sugar. With that said, and you can get lower sugar coconut yogurts, or you can get like the Siggi's yogurts with like 6 or 9 grams of sugar. I'm not so worried about the sugar at that time, okay? It is at a time of day where we need sugar, okay? Think about this. We as humans are tribal people, okay? Think about this for a second. I know I'm kind of geeking out, but we are tribal people. We come from tribes originally, where we have groups of people doing everything and everyone has their job and things like that. But in today's society, we do it all, right? If we have kids, we're dropping them off, we're picking them up, we work, we take out the garbage, we do the dishes, we're doing it all, okay? So, and we're doing it all from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. We have long days, okay? That's just how our society is designed right now. So sugar is a great thing for us at that time of day, at that 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. It gives us that boost of energy that we need to get us through. So don't worry about it so much. Okay. Please talk about bread. Ooh, I've seen this a lot on the chat. Bread.
Mine. Italian wants to know about the bread.
Okay. And I know there's some kind of mixed reviews on there. I know you don't like gluten, but I don't want to eliminate bread completely from my diet. It will never work long term for me. I can minimize. Okay. All right. Here's the thing. The design of my program as well is to fuel your body with nutritious foods. Bread does zero for us. Okay. Whether it's gluten or not, it does really nothing for us. Very little, I should say. So gluten, every human being has a gluten sensitivity. Some of us maybe be way up here. Some of us down here, like my wife and I are way different. She's got a big gluten intolerance and I have a little bit. So that's why I kind of eliminate gluten, because plus it kind of, there's nothing good with gluten in it. All right, if that makes sense to anybody. You're not going to get like a great nutritious item with gluten in it. Just doesn't happen that way. So as far as bread, we have bread in our freezer called base culture bread, which is a gluten-free bread, or you can get Ezekiel bread if you want. And listen, you can have it every once in a while, maybe once, maybe twice a week if you want. Just know that it's not like use it as a base for some other nutritious stuff. All right. So I'm not gonna lie to you, like every once in a while I'll do like a tuna on base culture bread with like some avocado and stuff like that. And I'll do some veggies on the side, whatever it may be. So that's like a go-to of mine every once in a while. So I don't want to eliminate bread.
Adam.
What?
I have to go. Sorry to interrupt. Sorry,
Oh.
I'm at work, so I gotta go. Thank you.
No worries. I'm recording this and I'll send this out to everybody. So no worries.
Okay,
It was
awesome. Thank you.
Nice
Have a
seeing you.
good night.
Ciao, ciao.
So that's my spiel on gluten and bread. If you went to go have regular bread after a little while of not having bread, you would not feel great. You would feel the impacts of it. In my one-on-one program, one of the additions to that is we do an elimination portion where we're eliminating things like gluten, corn, dairy, soy, eggs. Yeah. We're eliminating those things from our diet so we can really start honing in on things that are really working and things that are not working. So hope that answers that question.
You did.
Can you name that list again? Gluten, soy,
Gluten,
dairy.
soy, dairy, eggs, and corn. Those are the
Why eggs?
5 like allergy items, GMO items, gluten items, things that are not good for us. Soy and corn are the 2 biggest GMO items on the planet. I'm sure you guys know that.
Yeah.
Talk about bread.
But
Gotcha.
isn't there soy in edamame? 'Cause
Soy
there's
is
soybean.
edamame.
It is
Edamame is soy. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not eliminating soy. I'm just saying if you want to do an elimination diet, what an elimination diet is what you would do is technically for 2 weeks, you would take all those things out of your diet.
Oh,
You can really
okay.
do it. You can really do it for 1 week and be fine. Take all of them out of your diet for a week. And then what you would do is you put one thing back at a time. And then, so let's say you took everything out and then maybe you made yourself eggs. You'd be like, oh man, like, I guess I'm not like so good with eggs or dairy, whatever it may be.
Okay. Okay. I get it. Sorry.
Yeah. You're fine. Talk about medications and fasting. Are there any that will break your fast, specifically cholestyramine, which is a powder you drink? I don't know what that one is. Typically medications will not. I don't know that any that will. Do you have to, whoever asked this question,
That's me.
I'm not sure.
That's me.
Do you have to take it in the morning?
I have to take it twice a day and I can't take it around medications. So it absorbs the extra bile in your colon. So I kind of put it like a Metamucil type of thing. I guess that would be like the closest comparison. So if I took that in the morning, would that break my fast?
Send me the label.
Okay.
And I can take a look at it a little closer. Generally medications will not, but maybe this medication has some additive in there to make it like powder form or to make it not congeal. And that's what I would be worried about.
Okay.
And then send me how much you're taking and I'll take a closer look at it.
Sounds good.
So Adam, I was wondering about PGX. Does that PGX fiber pill? Can I take that?
About what?
PGX fiber pill?
Oh, fiber pills. Yeah, I wouldn't take anything like that. And that's something that if you wanted to take, you could take it with a meal or after a meal or something like that. That's not like a required in the morning type of thing.
Oh, so it might break the fast.
It possibly could. Not some, maybe the fire, but something maybe in it. Like, I don't know. I'd have to take a closer look at it. I don't like teetering on the line of like, maybe like, I just kind of like eliminate. Those of you, I saw somebody talking about dirty fasting on the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, let me time out a second and talk about dirty fasting. So there's this thing called dirty fasting, which is made up by idiots, if you ask me. It's like people trying to get away with not really fasting. Technically speaking, if you consume anything under 50 calories, you won't disrupt your fast. But like, listen, guys, like, don't mess with that. Once you break your fast, that's it. Like, lights out. Like, you're not fasting anymore. So I never coach on that. I never recommend that. Just kind of stick with the water, the black coffee, things that you know for sure you're fasting. I'll tell you a funny story. I had a client years ago that she wasn't losing any weight. I was like, what's going on? Like, she should be losing weight. She said she was doing everything. I saw her food logs, and weeks went by. I'm like, something happened. Like, something's going on. Like, if nothing else, there's a thyroid issue, but that's like last case. And one time we met in the morning instead of like the afternoon, and she's like, oh man, I forgot to take my gummy vitamins. I was like, damn it, that's what it is. So something as simple as gummy vitamins will break your fast. There's about a teaspoon. What?
Flavored coffee. What about like flavored coffee?
Flavored coffee, you're fine. Flavored teas, you're fine. So it was stupid gummy vitamins that have about a teaspoon of sugar in each vitamin that will break your fast. I know there's what's the one that's kind of like a pyramid scheme that I see them all over, like everyone has them in their house, like these vitamins, like you give your kids, I don't know. But
Juice Plus.
Flintstones.
Flintstones is one, but there's that more Juice Plus. Juice Plus. Did someone say that?
Juice Plus.
Yeah, so those will break your fast. Like they might be okay for vitamin intake, but they'll break your fast. So just be careful with that kind of stuff.
But flavored coffee is okay, like vanilla flavored, like the bag of coffee that you just brew yourself, but like hazelnut, vanilla.
Yeah, it's just a flavor. It's just
Okay.
like an aroma. It's just a flavor. There's nothing added to it. There's no
Okay.
sugar or anything to it. Yeah.
Adam, along that line, some of like the liqueurs have natural flavor, but it's not like the circulose or any of those bad things that I know you don't like, but it says natural flavor. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay. The problem with the Croix, whatever, and some of these other ones, some of them have sugar and some of them don't. The only one that I like, same thing like Perrier, some of them have sugar, some of them don't. So just be sure you're getting the one that says no sugar. Natural flavors is okay.
Okay. And then just one other thing, if we are going to have like our vodka and liqueur or vodka and soda, can we have that at like 5 o'clock, like a happy hour type of thing, like before eating dinner?
Yeah, you can cheers with me.
Okay. So it's no big deal if we want to have a cocktail or two and then eat dinner, and that's all good.
Put it on the group. Say cheers, everybody.
Okay.
Cheers.
I think the issue is stopping at 1 or 2, and then you're 4 in, and then you're eating peanut butter out of the thing, like you.
That's the issue. That's the issue.
Yeah, that is definitely the issue. I can promise you.
Yeah, I not to get into like detail, but I have some clients that smoke, and I'm like, smoking's not the issue. It's what you're doing after you smoke. So
yeah.
So same,
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, under the same lines. Supplements can I take before I break my fast? No supplements. What supplements would you want to take? I don't know who this is from, but I'm not a huge fan of supplements generally. I have 3 supplements in my counter, in my cabinet. One is called Wellness, that if you guys want to write that down, if you're ever feeling under the weather, maybe there's a cold flu season going on, take Wellness. It's one of the best vitamins that I know of. A couple years ago, I was about to create my own supplement line. Wellness is one of the best ones that I recommend. It comes in like a turquoise bottle, but no supplements while you're fasting. And
they sell
really,
Wellness at Whole Foods. Do they sell Wellness at Whole Foods? Yeah.
You can order it on Amazon too.
It's the white and the blue letters.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I live and die by it. Now I don't take it every day. There are people that take it's a multivitamin, but the form of multivitamin that it is, it's the best source of vitamins that you can get. So I studied like all the vitamins. There's different shapes. There's capsules. There's discs. There's gummies. Right. There's all this. The type of vitamin that the Wellness is the best form that you can take.
So I have a question about, it's not necessarily supplements, but I do take CBD oil and I do take an MCT oil. It levels me out emotionally, keeps me chilled, but it keeps me very focused. I've stopped using it since I started the program for the last week, and I'm going bananas. I'm just thinking,
Are,
do I
are your
just go
kids
ahead
still alive?
Huh?
Are your kids still alive?
They've moved out. No, I just work 2 jobs and I juggle a lot, but I've come across the MCT. It's really great for me. It's gotten me to like this zone where I can actually like really focus and get things done. But I'm wondering, do I not take it in the morning? I just wait till my first lunch and then just
or what I would do if you don't want to like really like kill yourself, like maybe like let's say you break lunch at 12 or something, like maybe take it a little before, like take it at 11 if just to like get it in a little earlier. That's probably something I would do. Now,
Okay,
it might break your fast. I don't know because of the amount that you're taking, but I don't want it like, let's like balance it out here, right? Like don't drive yourself nuts.
Right.
And, you know.
Yeah, because the anxiety is like creeping back up again at the same time. But I'm feeling like I need to do something. And I know that, like you said earlier, you start to feel that around dinner time, you really don't feel like eating. I literally took 2 bites of chicken and I was out. But I'm just kind of thinking that, should I take some MCT oil tonight and some CBD and just relax with that, or just maybe it eases into my, I just don't know the rhythm for that right now.
I know people that have taken it at night to help them sleep better. So you might, if you haven't tried that, you might want to do that anyways. I don't know, play around with it. But again, I think an easy answer would be just take it a little earlier before your lunch. And I think you'll be okay with that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I'm excited that my sugar cravings are gone. I like the weekly emails and videos. Are headaches in the beginning common? Do we get more interaction on the Facebook group from leaders? There are a lot of people posting questions that go unanswered. Thank you. I don't see any questions that go unanswered, but okay. First question on here was headaches. Headaches are common, especially in the beginning stages, first couple of days. The longest I've heard about headaches going was about 5-6 days. And to me, that's a plus, believe it or not. I actually like it when people get headaches. I know I'm weird. That just means that you are getting rid of some toxins, quote unquote, detoxing your body. That's really not a medical term, by the way, detoxing your body. That doesn't exist. But that's really what's happening. So I like when people tell me that they're getting headaches. That's like a good sign for me. Also, just make sure you're getting plenty of water, because half the time it's just dehydration. Okay. But you know, withdrawing from caffeine, withdrawing from sugar, things like that, those are all good signs for me. As far as questions not getting answered, I'm not sure. If you ever have a question that maybe it's a personal question that you don't want to ask the group, you can always email info@adampotash.com. I'll get back to it. Someone will get back to it pretty quickly. What foods and snacks do you suggest when I am able to eat raw nuts, fruit, and vegetables? I don't really understand that question, but I give you a snack list. Again, the go-to is an apple, just because it's easy to do. You can take it everywhere. It's got sugar, it's got fiber to fill you up. It's really a good item. I'm trying to think of some other snacks. If I have like a big day, I'll have hummus and like carrots, hummus and celery, something like that. If I'm working out a lot, I'd rather go with the protein type snacks rather than the sugar type snacks. My wife bought Icelandic yogurts a couple of days ago. I think they're outstanding. They're awesome. If not, we usually get Siggi's yogurts every once in a while. I don't always feel great afterwards. Like I feel a little like I know it's dairy. So I switch it up between the coconut yogurts and that. Sometimes I just like the thick yogurt. That's just me. So I switch it up. Cool. And I think that's all the questions I have now. I'm sure maybe you guys have some more questions. Fire away. That's why we're all here. And tell me how you guys are doing in the program. I know it's a couple of days in, maybe a couple of weeks in. Tell me how you guys are doing. I love you guys. Oh, and tomorrow is weigh day, huh? Woo! Tomorrow's weigh day. Monty, tomorrow's weigh day. So you just introduce yourself and say, hey, I've been on here a day. Here's my goal weight or something like that.
Well,
how's everybody doing?
I'd like to lose 50 pounds to maybe even 100 pounds. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know much about the program yet, but sorry, with the fasting, how does the fasting work? Can you sort of explain that? I just want to get an idea of.
1000%. I think a lot of people, I would say, like I talk about this all the time. I think 95% of the people who try intermittent fasting on their own don't do it correctly. And the only analogy I have is like, and I've said this on one of my lives before, if I needed to go see a therapist, maybe I'm going through some shit in my life, I need to go see a therapist, and then I say, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to talk to myself in the mirror. That is my same analogy of you trying intermittent fasting on your own. Like I would never try and like talk to myself about an issue or whatever. So people that try intermittent fasting on their own, I know, sorry, I need to come up with a better analogy or metaphor. I get it. That's the only one I have right now. So most people don't understand intermittent fasting. I see these messages on TikTok and Instagram. I'm like, oh, can I have a protein shake while I'm fasting? Can I have this while I'm fasting? People think that because they're not consuming or chewing on food that they're still fasting. Anything can break your fast. Fasting is literally having nothing in your body. And by having nothing in your body, here's how fasting works. It takes 10 to 12 hours to get through stored glycogen, okay? We store glycogen in our bodies, just like a storage. It takes about 10 to 12 hours to get through that. That's kind of like a reserve. Then once we go through the reserve, our body says, hey, wait, whoa, we got nothing left. What are we gonna do? It says, oh, we got fat. Let's go to the fat. And so intermittent fasting works amazing. It's literally, I'm not lying to you, it is how we should be eating. It is how we were eating for 4,000 years. We've only been eating breakfast in the morning for 100 years. So think about that.
Thank you, Kellogg.
We've been doing intermittent fasting without a name to it for 4,000 years. Breakfast in the morning is only about 100 years old. And Mr. Kellogg himself invented that awesome habit. So our bodies are designed to eat, store fat, and then not eat and use that fat. And the reason we are all gaining weight or have extra weight in our bodies is because we eat, store fat, then guess what we do?
Eat again.
Eat again.
Yeah.
And store fat, and eat again and store fat. We never give our bodies a chance to use that fat as energy. And the fact is, our bodies like using that fat as energy. Why? Because we don't have to pump a bunch of blood through our body and go through a digestive process, okay? So our bodies like using fat as energy. The biggest challenge is feeling a little hungry. That is it.
Yeah, and that's a week thing, 1 week, yeah.
A couple days, yeah,
right.
A couple days, yeah. And you get through that. I actually like that sensation a little bit. For me, I think about it as, oh, I'm burning some fat right now. Like, cool. Like, that's just my sick self, but yeah. Whatever works for you.
So if a person goes through the cycle of everything on a day in, day out, and let's say that you hit a vacation spot or something and you regress in your plan and you're just taking it easy and you're not fasting, how fast does it take for your body to kickstart and go back to where you were doing? Let's say you did a weekend trip or something and you come back. Are you having to like work twice as hard to get back to it, or you just get back on track into the regimen and you'll be able to like bounce back into it?
Oh, right back on track. With that said, usually, I mean, it depends on how long you've been doing it. If you're doing it a week and go on vacation, not so much. But if you're doing it a couple months, no problem. You'll get right back on it. Generally, I look at it as about 60 days. If you've been doing it for 60 days, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll get right back on it. My wife has the best saying. By the way, I met my wife through this program, by the way. I don't know if you guys know that or not. Her sister did my program, and she lost about 35 pounds, and we met that way. But anyways, my wife has the best thing. She's like, it's one less meal I have to think about. That's it. She's got the kids in the morning. We all got the kids in the morning. We got to get out of the house. We got to do this. We got to do that. We go work out. It's one less thing you have to think about is what you're eating. Okay.
Lunch and dinner. Okay. I like it.
Dinner and snack, really.
Yeah.
planning is key in this program. I tell people all the time, we plan everything in our lives. You plan your 2 jobs, Livia. We plan our kids' events and parties and birthdays and soccer and whatever it is. The last thing we're doing is prioritizing ourselves and planning our meals. And it's literally the number one thing that fuels us. So we should make that a priority.
So I wanted to talk just for a second. I joined because I just have noticed my body changing the older I get, and I'm one of 5 sisters, and my sister is 52. Our oldest sister is 52, and she looks the best she's ever looked. Like, even she's thinner than she was in high school at 52, because she's been intermittent fasting for like 4 years, and she just loves it. She's always like, Jesus intermittent fasted, like this has been around forever. So I'm excited. It's been almost 2 weeks, and I feel I have more energy, and I was going to the doctor, like perimenopause, like all of this stuff, but I already feel better after 2 weeks because of this. So thank you for that. And I'm the one that has a twin sister. So
I was gonna ask you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
are so cool. I like your picture. Like me and my twin sister.
Well, she started a little bit later than I did, but she's gaining momentum, so it's good. But my question is, so I've been eating unsweetened applesauce because apples are hard for me to chew right now because I just got braces, but whatever. But so unsweetened applesauce, okay, for my snack?
Yeah. That's cool. You're literally cutting that sugar in half by getting the unsweetened.
Yeah.
And I hope, are you just having one, or I know there's
like today I had 2.
Yeah, I think that's
small
fine.
Little, but
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not maybe getting enough fiber from that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So you might not be getting full, but if you're dealing with it, then okay.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like the fiber keeps
Yeah.
us full and helps with digestion and things like that. So just kind of keep an eye on that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very well. Thank you for sharing. I'm so glad you're here. I remember when you guys
Me
signed
too.
up. I remember when you guys signed up on TikTok. You're like, well, I have a sister.
Well, we were on the patio. It was after Thanksgiving, and we just ate this huge meal. Probably she had a bottle of wine. I had a bottle of wine. I've been following you on TikTok for like a month. And then I was like, I need to just do this. And so I talked her into it too. And so, yeah, we're excited.
Awesome. What else? I know some people were chatting here. Can you, I don't know if anybody had any questions. These are just old, I guess.
So Adam, can you speak to vegetables? Because I got a little note on my Nourishly app that the squash is probably not the best vegetable. So I guess they're not all created equal. So can you kind of speak to what is the better vegetables to have and what you should not have so much of? Like, I guess corn is like not a good vegetable to have.
Corn is not a good vegetable. And I know there's this big cauliflower trend these days. But believe it or not, cauliflower is pretty high in carbohydrates. So I wouldn't necessarily put that at dinner. The other thing is if you're doing like rice cauliflower and you think you're like doing it amazing, like you're not, because you're consuming so much cauliflower, especially at the nighttime. Other than that, I'm not so worried about the squash. Maybe I was like kind of scrolling through real quickly and just kind of like something caught my eye. I wouldn't worry about it so much. Squash is okay. It's a little higher, but that's still, I think, on the good side. Yeah, the only ones I would worry about is the cauliflower. Corn is like a nothing. It's just kind of like a sugar. It's like a starch. It's more like a potato. Yeah, I think you're fine.
Okay. Cool.
Can I post a picture of the food products? I don't really have any food products. Cool. Awesome. Well, by the way, I know people are in different, I wanted to show you guys this. When you guys lose 25 pounds, I want to send you one of these. So a little motivation, little cool, fancy, schmancy shirt. Okay. We got that one, and we got the Approach Made Me Do It. Or you can trade in your shirt and get a fancy water bottle. I'm giving this to you once you hit 25 pounds lost. So some motivation for you guys. What else? Oh, if you guys don't have, I know I have the meal plan for you guys that you can get. I also have this if you like a physical book. I don't think this is on the link or something, but if you guys want like a physical book, that's really cool. And for all of you on here right now, I actually wanted to offer you something pretty special, that if you have any friends or family members that want to join this program or need to join this program, and they, what? So this program, and they want to join, and they do join, I will give you guys a free month of the program. Someone mute.
Something's weird.
Yeah, someone just needs to mute.
Weird.
Yeah.
There we go. Everybody's muted now. So yeah, so you guys are all excited and on your journey, but if you have any friends or family members, everybody's muted. Okay. So I just want to gift you
Something
a
went
free
really
month.
weird.
If you have any friends or family members that want to join, once they join, just let me know and give you a free month, just like that. Merry Christmas. All right, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Adam. Thanks for all your support.
Thank you, guys. It was awesome chatting with all of you again. Keep in touch with the group. If you have any
I'll weigh in
personal
the morning.
questions, anything you want to talk to me about, just hit me up, info@adampotash.com, and I'm happy to get back to you.
Awesome.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
guys.
Guys,
Nice to meet everyone.
yep.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.